Hello students, welcome back to the drama classes, The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 2, continuation. In last class, we had learned how Bassanio won the casket and also Portia with that casket, how Gratiano expressed his love and desire to marry Nerissa. With this, now Gratiano notices that some of the people from Venice have arrived to Belmont. Let us see. Gratiano. But who is this coming here? Lorenzo and his infidel friend, unchristian friend. What's this? And Salario too, my old friend from Venice. Here, he welcomes three of his friends from Venice. One is Lorenzo, a Christian. Another is infidel, means unchristian, who did not believe in Christianity. With that, third person who came from Venice was Salario, who was friend for Gratiano and Venice. Enter Lorenzo, Jessica and Salario, a messenger from Venice. Salario brings a message from Venice. Let us see who sends that message and what message he actually brings from Venice. It is a happy message or a sad message. Let us witness the play. Bassanio. Lorenzo and Salario, welcome hither. If that the youth of my new interest here have power to bid you welcome. To Portia, by your leave, I bid my very friend and countryman, sweet Portia, welcome. Lorenzo and Salario, welcome if I can welcome you here soon after winning ownership of this place. Yes, children. Here, Bassanio very sweetly tells some of the lines to Portia, where he tells that, with your permission, now I am the master of the palace. Now, the new master for that Belmont palace and also Portia. So, he tells that, now I think I have rights to welcome my guests from Venice. So, with all that, he welcomes the guests. Portia gives permission because already she has handed over everything to him. Portia. So do I, my lord. They are entirely welcome. Lorenzo. I thank your honor for my part, my lord. My purpose was not to have seen you here, but meeting with Salario by the way, he did entreat me past all say nay to come with him along. Portia gives permission to welcome and tells that with whole heart he can welcome his guests and friends. Lorenzo thanks for that sweet honor and welcome which is given both by Bassanio and Portia. Tells that, my lord here is referred to Bassanio. Actually, my intention was not to come here and to meet you, but Salario forced me to come here and he did not accept our refusal that we don't accompany him. So, as he forced us to come, we felt we will meet you, so we came here. Salario. I did, my lord, and I have reason for it, Signor Antonio. Commends him to you. Yes, my lord. Actually, I forced them to come here because I wanted them to accompany me here. So, I myself called them to come. I come here with one message from respected Signor Antonio. He commanded me to come here with a message. Gives Bassanio a letter. Salario handed over a letter to Bassanio from Antonio. Bassanio. Here, I open his letter. I pray you, tell me how my good friend doth. Dear Salario, before I could open this letter, please tell me how is my friend doing? How is his well-being? Is he fine? Salario. Not sick, my lord, unless it be in mind, nor well, unless in mind. His letter there will show you his estate. Neither sick nor well, my lord, unless it is in his mind. If he feels that he is fine, he is fine. If he feels that he is not fine, he is not fine. But you will find his estate. Means here, children, it is financial status. You will understand Bassanio when you open this letter. Bassanio reads the letter. Gratian. Nerissa, cheer on, stranger. Bid her welcome. Your hand. Salario, what's the news from Venice? How doth the royal merchant good Antonio? I know he will be glad of our success. We are the Jacksons. We have won the fleece. So here Gratiano asks, how is my Christian friend? Means, how is my great friend Antonio, a good Christian? How is he doing? If he gets to know about our winning this golden fleece, Nerissa and Portia, he will understand that we have won and we are the modern Jacksons, means modern authorities, the people who won the kingship by all their wisdom. He will be very happy to know that we have won the fortune that he has lost. He was speaking about the fortune which Antonio has lost by losing his ships and where his life was in danger in the hands of Shylock. Portia, there are some shrewd contents in yon same paper that steals the color from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could turn so much constitution of any constant man. What worse and worse, with leave, Bassanio, I am half yourself, and I must really have the half of anything that this same paper brings you. Portia notices the change in Bassanio's face. So she tells, there is something bad news which turned your face dull or pale. Tell me, what is the news inside that paper? Is your some dear friend dead? Otherwise, no normal person's condition will so soon change into such a terrible change. What happened to you? Tell me, what is there that much worst in the letter? With your permission, Bassanio, now I am your half yourself, because marriage was undone, students. Still only casket was won, marriage was not done. Only they were engaged to marry with each other as Bassanio won the casket. So she tells, half of myself is yours, dear Bassanio. If you are free, you can share with me what news is brought to him in the letter. Bassanio, oh sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman. And then I told you true. And yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was braggart. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy, to feed my means. Here is a letter, lady, the paper as the body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound, issuing life blood. What is it, true Salario? Hath all his ventures failed? What? Not one hit from Tripolis, from Mexico and England, from Lisbon, Barbary and India. And not one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant Maring rocks? Bassanio starts explaining how dear Portia is important for him and how this letter has brought a great pain. Even he tells that, Portia, when I expressed about my love to you and also about my just to you, about my wealth to you, and when I said that I am a gentleman from my blood, every word was true. What I presented before you was exactly what I am. But when it comes to money, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to property, I am nothing. I have nothing, dear Portia. Whatever I am standing before you is just because of my friend Antonio. And my friend has just given his own life in the hands of his enemy to make me to present myself before you as expected. My whole estate is only because of my friend. Here, in this letter, my dear lady, this paper has compared, this letter is compared to the body of my friend and every word on it. It is the wound of his body and heart, and the blood is gushing out because each word which is written with such a pain is really cutting my soul into many pieces. Is it true, Salerio? He questioned Salerio in between and asked that are all ventures of Antonio failed? Every venture, each venture, which were sailing from Tripolis, Mexico, England, Lisbon, Barbary, and India, has not even a one ship come with good fortune? Are all ships sinked? That is, they are sank or to tell. Now, no ship will return. All ships are wrecked and damaged due to dangerous rocks. Is my merchant ruined? He questioned Salerio. Salerio. Not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. He pleased the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state. If they deny him justice, 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificios of greatest port have all persuaded with him, but none can drive him from the enivious plea of forfeiture of justice and his bond. So Salerio tells that no, not even a single ship has returned with any good fortune. Shylock, every morning and evening, who is dangerous than a wild beast, a wild creature, is harassing him every morning, every night. He is destroying his peace of mind. Shylock is a greedy dog. He is troubling this Christian, means the good Christian, Antonio, a lot. He had appealed already to the Duke, and every morning and evening he is troubling the Duke also to take the legal action according to the Venice justice or Venice court. He himself, with 20 merchants, the Duke himself, everyone advised him and requested Shylock to reduce his revengeful claim for giving up the conditions in the bond and allow him with some time to arrange the money. But Shylock is not at all ready to show any mercy to the Christian, that is Antonio. In next slide, we will see what Jessica replies.